Does Ram actually need a compact pickup? That's the question worth asking right now, especially with the Dakota just announced and Stellantis clearly pushing to fill every gap in the truck market. Here's the thing though, the Rampage already exists. It's not a rumor or a render floating around on forums. It's a real truck, already on the road in Brazil, already racking up sales. Now, with the Dakota stepping in to handle the midsize slot, there's a case to be made that the lineup actually has room for something smaller. Something more urban, more fuel efficient. The compact segment is growing in the US, and other companies are already making their moves. It's mid-26. The next season window is opening up soon. So if the Rampage was ever going to make a run at the American market, the timing has never looked more interesting. Let's take a proper look at where things stand. Import versus building here. The Rampage is already in production in Brazil, already sorted mechanically, already proven on real roads. The idea was straightforward. Bring it over with some modifications for US safety and emission standards, price it competitively, and drop it into a segment that's been wide open. Then the tariffs hit, and that math stopped working. With the new import duties, the landed cost of a Brazilian-built Rampage starts climbing fast. We are not talking a minor bump, but numbers that push it uncomfortably close to what you'd pay for something assembled right here in the States. There's also the buyer psychology side of this. Import trucks carry a stigma in the US market, fair or not. People have watched quality issues pop up on imported vehicles, inconsistent fit and finish, parts availability headaches, longer dealer wait times when something goes wrong. Building it domestically flips the script. Supply chain gets shorter, quality control tightens up, parts are easier to source, downtime at the dealer drops. Those aren't just talking points. They actually matter when someone's truck is their daily driver or their work vehicle. The catch, of course, is cost. Standing up a US production line or carving out capacity at an existing Stellantis plant adds money to the sticker. And with prices already climbing every model year, asking buyers to start a relationship with a brand new ride at a premium price point is a tough sell. First impressions matter. The Rampage needs to come in swinging on value, not apologizing for its price tag right out of the gate. Under the hood. Let's start with what's already in the Rampage, because the engine story here is actually pretty good. In Brazil, the truck runs two options. The gas engine is a 2-liter turbocharged Hurricane 4, putting out 272 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That's legitimately strong. For reference, the Ford Maverick's base EcoBoost makes 250 horsepower in its most recent tune. The Rampage gas engine has it covered. On the diesel side, the current model runs a 2.2-liter multi-jet making 200 horsepower. However, this one is not coming to the US, that's for sure. Even the gas unit will need a proper tuning to meet requirements in the United States. The Hurricane 4 is already being built right here, which makes the whole job easier. Tooling already exists, the supply chain is set, and the engine is proven in American conditions. What's more, Stellantis also has the 1.3-liter plug-in hybrid, which could suit the Rampage perfectly and make it an even more serious contender. Why does this matter for the Rampage? Because the Maverick hybrid exists, and it's been one of the most popular configurations of that truck since day one. Getting 40 miles per gallon in a pickup that can still haul sounded impossible before Ford stepped in. Well, the Rampage would be a plug-in hybrid, which means a different approach. But the efficiency gain will still be there. Release date. Right now, nobody outside of Stellantis boardroom knows for sure when the 2027 Rampage comes out. The delay traces right back to everything we already talked about. The import plan was the quick route. You adapt the Rampage for US safety and emissions regs and start shipping. But that door just got slammed shut by the tariff situation. Domestic production is a whole different story. You need floor space, you need retooled lines, you need a supply chain. Stellantis is already stretching its plant capacity, So creating room for a brand new pickup isn't something that happens overnight. What was maybe a 2025 or early 26 debut under the import scenario now looks more like a 2027 model year launch at the earliest. A quiet debut is probably how it plays out. Low volume, select markets, feeling out the segment before a full national rollout. Ram has done this before. It's the smart move when you're dropping a new nameplate into unfamiliar territory. And Stellantis actually has real motivation to make this happen. Their North American sales have been sliding for a couple of years now. A compact truck that lands well would be a genuine shot in the arm. Now, let's kill the price fantasy early. There is no $20,000 Rampage coming. That's not a dig at Ram. That's just the reality of the current truck market. Most Maverick buyers end up somewhere between 28 and 33 grand once they spec it properly. The Hyundai Santa Cruz runs a bit higher than that. The Rampage will slot into that same conversation, with a base price that's competitive, but not a bargain bin entry. Ram doesn't have the luxury of messing this up here. Rivals already have a fan base. The 2027 Rampage has to walk in and immediately make sense.